नानाशिल्पोपशोभितं महामरकटस्थल्या जुष्टं विद्रुमवेदिभिः तत्र तत्र विनिक्षिप्ता शिल्पोपशोभितं महामरकटस्थल्या जुष्टं विद्रुमवेदिभिः तत्र तत्र विनिक्षिप्ता नानाशिल्पोपशोभितं महामरकटस्थल्या जुष्टं विद्रुमवेदिभिः. Word to word translation. Tatra tatra, here and there. Vinikshipta, placed. Nana, various. Shilpa, by artistic engravings. Upashobhitam, extraordinarily beautiful. Mahamarakata, of great emeralds. Sthalya, with a floor. Jushtam, furnished. Vidruma, of coral. Vedibhi, with raised platforms, daises. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Its beauty was enhanced by artistic engravings here and there on the walls. The floor was of emerald with coral daisies. Purport. At the present moment, people are very proud of their architectural art. Yet floors are generally decorated with colored cement. It appears, however, that the castle constructed by the yogic powers of Kardamuni had floors of emerald with coral daisies. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashilakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we'll be seeing the verse continuation of the description of the castle created by Kardamuni. So we know that we have seen why Kardamuni has created this castle. Some people will think that Kardamuni, how come he is a great personality when he is also having sense gratification and created this much big castle to satisfy Devahuti, Mother Devahuti. Yes, we should understand that it is for the satisfaction of Devahuti only, but Kardamuni doesn't have any personal desire of sense gratification. Seeing the unadulterated service of Devahuti for so many years, she is coming from a such rich family, but she did not have any puffiness, she did not feel any discomfort, and she did not take care of herself also. When we see after years of service, one day Kardamuni saw Mother Devahuti. She was very weak, lean. She did not comb her hair also for many years. and she is not at all beautiful. When he got married, Devahuti, she was so tender, very delicate, very beautiful. She was, her beauty is so much competing heavenly diligence beauty, and heavenly siddhas were so much captivated her beauty. She was that extremely beautiful, and she never regret that she had to marry Kardamuni. She has to sacrifice everything, all her appliances, all everything for the service of Kardamuni. She never thought like that. This made this serving attitude, humble attitude, submissiveness of Devahuti melted the heart of Kardamuni. Okay, let me also do something for this girl, for this lady who is doing so much of selfless service to me. Just it's a gratitude. So Lord and Lord's devotees are not cheaply attracted to the materialistic beauty. They are so exalted, only out of reciprocation only they will reward the dependents with some nice facilities, but it's not for their own sense gratification. When we see a similar situation of Saubhar Rishi, Saubhar Muni, so you all know Saubhar Muni in the Krishna book, when he offended Garuda, he fell down from his mystic path, yogic path, and he saw a fish, and he had some desires to get into the Grihastha. So immediately, with his mystic powers, he immediately went and asked King Mandhata to give his daughter for marriage. Then Mandhata, seeing the old, because Saubhar Muni is also very old, he was so much involved in the finances, austerities for many, it's like many thousands of years. So with that, he did not take care of his body, and his body is loosened, his skin is loosened, he's so much wrinkled, he is not at all looking also, he's not at all pleasing. So with that old wrinkled body, when he went and asked King Mandhata was so scared to reject his offer. And intelligently what he said is, I usually leave the decision to my daughters. You can approach our daughters. If anyone voluntarily comes to you, you can accept her hand. Then Saubhar Muni understood the intention of King Mandhata. Then he came out and he thought, yes, King Mandhata rejected me because of my wrinkled body. With my mystic powers, let me turn into a beautiful man, young man, and then I will go to the daughters of King Mandhata, princesses. Then when he became a nice, beautiful, young man, when he approached the Mandhata daughters, there are 50 daughters. All 50 daughters, they forgot their sibling relation, and they were fighting. I want this man. He is suitable for me only. Then the king was so much frustrated, and seeing the mystic powers of Saubhar Muni, he handed over all 50 daughters. Then Saubhar Muni created a palace like this only, with so many extraordinary features, with all materialistic opulences, just for material enjoyment. Because he wants to attract all his 50 wives. So similar description is there for that palace also. It is also decorated with emeralds, daisies, nice architectures like that. But it is completely different. Saubhar Muni really wanted to enjoy, so that he created an atmosphere. Whereas here, Kardamuni wants to give a pleasing atmosphere as a gratitude to the service of Mother Devahuti. But he doesn't have any attraction. He doesn't have any attachment. Even surprised, he got surprised. He never thought of that he has that much power to create such a huge mansion, flying mansion. So he is amazed by seeing that. So it is not only here what we can understand is maybe he may not have that much mystic power because Devahiti is such a nice devotee. Krishna will add some flavors to the powers. It is not all the powers of Kardamuni only. So Krishna is also very much pleased with the serving attitude. So he has given that ability to satisfy Mother Devhuti. So that's the reason the semen that generated by Kardamuni brought an incarnation from such a great lady's womb. So we should always glorify Kardamuni and Devahuti in this regard. And this mansion description is going on from few verses. In those days also, nowadays we are hearing UFOs, unidentified flying objects. So some people are saying, some scientists are saying, yes, these are true. We found the evidences. We got some pictures from NASA, this and that. But there may be speculations. There may be some imaginations. But here the scriptures are saying that it is absolutely a truth. These IFOs identified flying object because it is not unidentified. They have complete evidence, each and every room, architectural design, how the carvings are, how the marbles, how the walls are made with different kinds of marbles, emeralds, every detail is there. If it is an unidentified flying object, we will have so many speculations. Maybe they are coming from that planet, this planet. They are like this, they are like that. No, here complete details are there. These are called as IFOs, identified flying objects. And this flying object has many spacious rooms. It can fly, even though it is very huge, very, very huge, like of one of the small countries width and breadth. It has the capacity to fly various planets, not only within the spacious limits. No, it went beyond the space even to the other planets. So like this, in olden days, not only in olden days, I will say some recent experiences also. Like this, these mystic yogis have Ashtasiddhis. Anima, Laghima, Prapti, Mahima, Ishita, Vasita, Prakamya, Kamavasyata. So like this, there are so many siddhis. With these Ashtasiddhis, yogis can stretch their hand. Even up to the moon planet, they can stretch their hand. And through the sun rays, they can travel to the sun planet. Prapti means they can touch the moon planet, I told, right? Then Ishita means they can create a planet like Vishwamitra. He created Trishankusvarga, right? So like that, they can create a planet and they can destroy any planet also. They're that much powerful. And Vashita means they can bring someone under their control. This is very dangerous. When Srila Prabhupada left this planet, left this world, when KGB was torturing one Mataji. So this witch lady, the government officials brought a witch lady to use this power, mystic power, Vasita. So that witch lady trying to take this Mataji into her control. So they were using, this happened just only 60 years ago, 50 years ago, this lady. So even nowadays also these mystic powers are there. They are people. And next is Prakamya. Prakamya means they can fly anywhere they want. And they can make something appear according to their desire. So then Kamavasyata, this is topmost of all. They can do even something impossible also. So these are all the various Astasiddhis. Here, Kartamuni exhibited his Prakamya mystic power by creating this mansion out of his yogic perfections. And when we saw just 500 years, means in 17th century, there is a one Baba, Changdev Baba. History says that in Maharashtra, he appeared in Maharashtra. He lived on this planet for 1400 years. Just it happened only few hundred years, right? Not in the olden days, in previous yugas. It happened just 4 centuries ago. So, like that, this Changdev Baba has a nice pastime. How in the beginning he was so much puffed up, and later he became very humble and surrendered to one of the followers, and they are the Saivites, and he is a devotee of Lord Shiva. Like that. Not only various yogis, it is even possible. Sometimes some devotees notice that even Srila Prabhupada exhibited these mystic powers. That's why Srila Prabhupada always take it as a worthy or considerable or astonishing with these mystic powers. So one day in Australia, this happened near the beach. Usually Srila Prabhupada go for the morning walks, right? So all the devotees were walking on the beach on the seashore. So Prabhupada is walking and a group of devotees are also walking. This particular devotee noticed that everyone footprints are there imprinted because that is the wet sand. Whereas whenever Prabhupada is walking, his footsteps are not there. So he was so thrilled. He was amazed. Then he asked Prabhupada, I'm seeing all our footprints, but I'm not seeing your footprints. Then Prabhupada said, it's okay, it's not a big deal. He was not paying attention, he was not explaining to the devotee, he was just moving on. Then he noticed very keenly, when Srila Prabhupada was walking, his lotus feet are not touched to the ground. There is a slight gap. That's why there are no footprints. So sometimes even Prabhupada exhibited this, but we should have that chakshu, that eyes of faith, eyes of devotion to Srila Prabhupada to see all these miracles. So it is even all our acharyas. At the time of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there was one fake guy. He also exhibited this kind of mystic powers. Then his name is Visakhi Sen. Visakhi Sen, he was really showing lot of miracles. Just it happened again 300 years ago, right? At the time of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it became a headache. That person became a headache because he was healing the wounds of the people. He is curing the diseased persons. He is walking on the fire. He is standing on the fire without getting any hurt. He's producing the hair from his head, fire from his head. Like that, he was showing. But this idiotic person, he is exploiting the woman, whoever is coming. Then the villagers were so much scared of this guy because it's very hard to counteract him, because he can know whatever, he can read the mind. If you are going and standing in front of him, he can know our intention and he can destroy us. He is such a powerful guy. Then even the police officers were shaken by the mystic powers of this guy. Then they approached Bhaktivinoda Thakur, knowing his devotion, knowing his devotional power. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur took this mission very seriously and he went. Even when he go and stood in front of this Visakhi Sen, he said everything. You are working as a magistrate, you are a nice devotee, you came to take into your control, you came to arrest me, but you don't do like this. I am Mahavishnu, I am the incarnation of Vishnu. See my associates here and here. He is Brahma, he is Shiva. So you cannot do anything to me. So like that, he was just reading the mind of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he did not shiver even a bit. Then that Vishakshen brought many of the diseased persons, sick persons just in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He put some ashes on the body of the wounds of those people, and he removed all the wounds miraculously. But still, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is not at all showing interest or thinking that it is significant. Then he immediately, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, with a staunch, strong voice, he said that maybe you can show some cheap mystic tricks, but I am not such a person who will be bewildered by such cheap tricks. I am here to arrest you. Whether you surrender yourself or shall I make? Then he is also very strong. I know your men are hiding behind the trees, but whatever you do, you cannot arrest me. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur completely took shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, and he could also generate some mystic powers so that he could take this Vishakasen under his control. Later, it is told that this Vishakasen lost his powers when Bhaktivinoda Thakur suggested to remove the hair of this Vishakasen, because his hair having a lot of mystic powers. So when Vishakasen hair is removed, he lost all his powers and he became an ordinary person. Then he was subjected to the severe punishment. So this is not a big deal. It is quite common. With a sincere austerity, severe penances, anybody can produce these mystic powers. So you may ask, even these mystic powers in the current Kali Yuga is possible to exhibit? Yes, it is possible. Yesterday, just this weekend, we went to Atlanta, right? So their initiation lecture was given by His Grace Adigadadhar Prabhu. Adigadadhar Prabhu, he personally mentioned in the initiation lecture, when his wife is pregnant, a mystic person, he's not an astrologer. I cannot give that much respect also. So a person with some fortune, he can predict the fortune. So he came and said voluntarily to the Adigadadhar Prabhu and his good wife that you are having a male child in your womb and he will be named as Gopal in the future. And he just went away. Then these people are so amazed, and they have started calling before the delivery itself Gopal, 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 because it is Krishna's name, right? What's wrong about it? Then later, that guy came again and he said that I don't believe in Krishna as God. Then Adigadadhar Prabhu was so much irritated by this person. What's the point of having these mystic powers when you don't have faith in the God? This is the problem with these mystic powers. People will bewilder and think that they are great. They are greater than the Supreme Lord. Their Icha Dvesha. They will be envious of the God and they want to be the Lord of the material nature. They are the greater than the Supreme Lord. So these Icha Dvesha will be there with these mystic powers. These are dominating. They will ruin the entire spiritual life. That's why Bhakti Yoga is the safest yoga, topmost yoga. So later, how can we know this is really a prediction? Means his Guru, they went to Adigadadhar Prabhu's wife got delivered, and really it is boy only. And they took the baby boy to their Guru, and their Guru, they did not say anything. They asked, please name my child. Then surprisingly, that Guru named him Gopal. So these are true. It can be possible even current days also, but it doesn't make any sense when they doesn't culminate in the path of bhakti, or when they doesn't culminate in the devotional service, atmavit. Otherwise, there is no meaning of these mystic perfections. It is just our impediments to our spiritual path. All yogic perfections should culminate in the devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, they are just zeros with no one before it. That is the problem. So even one time, one yogi came to Srila Prabhupada and said that he can fly in the air. Prabhupada says that, what's great about it? Even a cockroach can fly. So he never paid any attention. So when innocent people, ignorant people, immature people will get attracted to the materialistic magics. But whereas the devotees, they don't even pay attention to these mystic powers. Here, Kardamuni, he did not create this castle to show his mystic power, his mystic perfection and bewilder Devahuti. No, just to give her a pleasing atmosphere, because Devahuti has a sincere desire to procreate. Because Kardamuni has this responsibility to increase the progeny in this world. So they are just using their mystic powers to create, to fulfill their duties, to carry on their duties, their responsibilities. Because the hermitage is not favorable. Usually hermitages are in mode of goodness. They are not in the mode of passion. So in the mode of goodness place, we will have, that is very good for spiritual practices without any distractions. But to increase the progeny, to procreate, we need some atmosphere that is tinged with the passion. So to create an atmosphere favorable for procreation only, he created this castle, not to show off his powers. So when this atmosphere is again indirectly connected for the devotional service only, these are conducive for the practice of devotion later on, right? So that's the reason. Any duty that we are performing for the time being, it seems to be passion, it seems to be materialistic, but when our ultimate goal is towards performing or pleasing the Supreme Lord, pleasing the higher authority, here Kardamuni is doing because Manu is his father-in-law. Manu is the son of Brahmaji. So Manu carried the orders of Brahmaji and produced Devahuti. He gave birth to the daughter Devahuti. And in turn, the responsibility is carried forwarded to Kardamuni to increase the progeny. So if there is any sense gratification, what is the possibility of Supreme Lord appear in their family? So we should understand, we should never misunderstand these great personalities, and every act of theirs is leading towards the devotional service. The proof is at the end of even just after 9 daughters are born itself, Kardamuni immediately wants to leave the home and go to the forest. But Devahuti was requesting, you said that you will be in, you will keep me under the care of his son. But I don't have son, only I have daughters. Then again, he got convinced and stayed for some more time. Otherwise, every minute he is conscious of serving the Supreme Lord. He wants to be detached from this family life. So he is a very conscious devotee of the Supreme Lord. Always he is remembering, he is meditating upon the Supreme Lord in Dasya Rasa, Dasya Bhava. So every act, all the activities of Kardamuni and Devahuti are extremely glorious and worth worshipping. Okay. If you have any questions, you can ask one question, or else we will end the session.
701. Thank you, Mataji. We would like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. We would like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
हरे हरे
राम हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम राम हरे हरे
जय नरसिंह जय नरसिंह
जय नरसिंह जय नरसिंह प्रहलादेश जय पद्ममुख पद्म भृंगम उग्रवीर महाविष्णु ज्वलंतं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंह भीषणं भद्रमृत्युमुख्यं नमाम्यहम्।
नरसिंह भगवान की जय
जय जय
Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas.
कृपा सिंधुभ्यश्च पतितानां वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय,
जय
की जय, गौर प्रेमानंद
हरी हरी
हरि
हरी
हरि
बोल।
बोल। थैंक यू काली जी।
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, everybody.
हरि बोल हरि बोल।